And as promised and as eagerly anticipated, we have on the line via Teams the wonderful Paul Jupe, who is a UK-based country singer, songwriter and guitarist. Good afternoon, Paul.
Hi, Tom. Thanks for having me on the show, mate. I'm truly honoured. First one on the show, too.
Yes, first one that I've ever had on the show. I think Chaos have had guests before, but on the Chaos Country, we've never ever had anyone. So that's pretty exciting.
Well, thank you very much.
No, my pleasure, my pleasure. We're obviously going to play 3 of your tracks coming up shortly. And I've been listening to them, and I've been listening to them a bit more than I usually listen to songs, because I actually really like them.
Thank you very much. That's great.
Usually kind of scan through a song and you kind of get the idea, but I was like, no, actually, these are cool. I'm going to play them on loop. So this morning I've been playing them on a loop, so I know them probably as well as you do, I think.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Really appreciate it.
No, that's cool. They're fantastic recordings, and I like the kind of mix of them, because you've got 2 very punchy ones and a really nice kind of stripped back raw acoustic one as well.
Yes, yeah, Hometown, yeah, which is is that the one you mean, Hometown? Yeah, which was my first release actually. That was what started the kind of solo career as such. That song.
Ah, okay. Because your solo career, am I right in thinking, is a fairly recent thing?
Yeah, it was June 2020 was when Hometown came out. Before that, as you've said on there, I was writing for bands and things, and also my bands. I was in the bands, but I was writing albums for various different bands and touring with them. But I've been in bands most of my life, for, as you say, over 30 years. So I just thought, it'd be nice to try it on my own and see how things went. So, and I've been really, really humbled by the response, to be honest with you. Yeah,
I had a little look at what you've been up to recently, and multiple awards and nominations and red carpet.
It's been great.
It's
unbelievable. But I'm just, as I say, I'm so truly humbled by it. It's you put your music out, as you well know. You put your music out there, you hope for the best, but you're never sure, are you? It's always a bit of a venture to put that out there, but to get a response like I have has just been truly amazing. And thank you to everybody that's been listening to it, and people like yourselves.
Well, as I say, there's no wonder, really, if I'm going to be honest. I've listened to a lot of country stuff, and as soon as I put yours on, I was tapping my feet, singing along before the song had even finished. Never heard it before.
Brilliant. Thank you. That's great.
No, it's fantastic. I've got a couple of questions from people listening in who have.
Hi, everybody.
Oh, hello. Yeah, and first of all, where can people find you?
Well, I'm based in Hampshire, but I am travelling around with the festivals and things. So I'm doing the Ilfracombe Festival, and I believe you're doing that as well, aren't you? Same thing. I played there last year, and it was a really, really great event. So I'll be at Ilfracombe in October. And I've got a few other festivals and things. The Country Music Social Media Festival is coming up as well in August time, I believe. Ken's got to arrange the date on that. I think they're still working that out. So I'll be doing that, and I believe that's going to be sort of, last time it was Leicester, so I think it's going to be Leicester, Stoke sort of area, but obviously Ken knows all those details. And I've got other gigs which are local as well. I've got the High Fest, which is a 2-day event over in Hayling Iron, which is near me. And they play certain venues around, lots and lots of bands travel around. You do 2 shows or whatever. So I've just got that. So they're just starting to come in. So the best thing I can say is keep an eye on my Facebook page, Paul Jupe Music, and my Facebook group, Country Rocker Paul Jupe. I'll update everybody as it goes along.
Fantastic, that's great. Ilfracombe Country Music Festival. I'll be doing that as well. And
you'll enjoy it.
Yeah, I've never done that one before, so.
No, it's great audience. They really are. They're really great.
And Country Music Social Media Festival. When is that again? Do you know?
I don't think that they've confirmed the date yet, but I believe it's around August time. So if Ken's listening in, if you have a date, then type in.
Cool. Yeah, I think he is on the Mixcloud. I think he's going to.
I saw him do a message. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a common listener now to my show, which is wonderful.
Great show.
Thank you very much. I love it. It's kind of a passion of mine to play country music and have a chat about it.
Great. Well, down this way, sometimes I have a bit of problems with connection and stuff like that. But whenever I can, I'm tuning in, so it's great.
Fantastic. So first of all, we're going to play. The first song is going to be "Crazy About You." I absolutely love this song. The high energy, electric guitar, the punchiness. It's kind of got a bit of attitude to it.
Thank you.
As soon as it starts, you know it's started. Can you tell us a little bit about that song before I play it?
Yeah, it's really about sort of, I suppose, having a crush on somebody and wanting them to notice you, but you're too frightened to kind of go up to them or whatever, because that you got this massive crush, and everything you do, no one seems to, they don't seem to notice, so it gets more and more ridiculous, and you're blatantly sort of making a bit of a fool of yourself or whatever, and trying your best to get their attention.
Yeah, cool. Well, that is Crazy About You, and this is your song, Paul Jupe. Drop him over a follow on all the socials, and we've still got 2 more songs from you coming up, and we will have some more questions. We've got actually questions coming in kind of constantly as we're talking now, so that'll be fun to have a little chat. This is Crazy About You. Drop it a download, stream on all the social media platforms. I have to say, I really love that song. Can people find that song anywhere?
Yeah, it's on all major digital platforms, iTunes and whatever, the others are, Amazon and things like that. So they can, kind of get to hear it or whatever. It's on Spotify as well, and a few other sort of streaming services. So, just, put in the name and hopefully it should come up.
Smashing. So got a couple of questions. First of all, do you know a guy called Gareth Young? He's a good friend.
Gareth Young?
Yes. Have you recorded with him?
No, I haven't.
No, he's the guy I record all my stuff with. He's really cool. He's down here, got a great setup and stuff. And he wanted to know, because he genuinely really likes it. The hat. The picture of you where you're side on.
Yeah.
He wants to know where you got that hat, because he wants it. He likes it. And
well,
to be fair,
I did go to America a few years back, and I got the hat there. That particular one, that was from I can't remember what, the Boots and something or other over in America. That was a Cody James hat, I believe it is, or something like that. But I have been ordering all my other cowboy hats. From locally, to be honest with you, they're all around. So I'm not sure whether I'm allowed to mention them or whatever. But there's
you can mention them.
There's sort of a place in Farnborough, and they do, which is only sort of an hour or so away from me, and they do lots and lots of cowboy and country stuff, which is fantastic.
Yeah, that's the Wild Wild Western way, isn't it? That one.
That's the one. Yeah.
I went there, and all I wanted was a belt, and I walked out about £300 or £400 later. I literally bought everything. I bought 4 hats, a belt, a waistcoat, 2 shirts, shoes. I was like Pretty Woman coming out of the thing, do you know what I mean, with all the bags. And I was like, oh, what have you done to me? But yeah, they're amazing. Really, really cool.
Yeah, well, before that, I was ordering from America, and that was obviously you had to wait for a long, long time to receive them, and it was costing an absolute fortune. So it was a real treasure to find.
Yeah, and they're really great in there. They're really, really great. We've Martin Calling, or Kaling, I'm not sure how you pronounce it. Martin Kaling has asked, your favourite country musician of all time?
Of all time?
Dead and alive. Let's go for that.
Dead and alive. Oh, there's so many, but I mean, I think from the country rock side of things, it's got to be Keith Urban for me. Keith, it just rocks. In fact, Keith Urban, because as you probably know, I have a strong rock background. That's where I started in, and my favourite band, or my hero, was Angus Young from AC/DC. That's the whole reason I started playing in the first place. I just wanted to be Angus Young, to be honest with you. And so I had a very strong rock background, and I think Keith Urban for me. I was always listening because my dad used to play me Jim Reeves, Frankie Lane, and obviously Sunday lunchtimes it would be Dolly Parton, Glenn Campbell, all the classics, So country music's always been in my life growing up. But it was Keith Urban, Somebody Like You, was the first time I really kind of thought, I'd love to do a country rock album. I'd love to get into the country rock thing and go that way. And that's that's where it all started from, for the countryside things of writing.
Wow, that's a great song as well. That
Yeah,
really
brilliant.
is. Somebody like
Brilliant.
you, that's an amazing song. I love that one. Yeah, Keith Urban. I know my dad's other half, Chris Jane, her favourite artist is Keith Urban. Every time I go online and play a gig, can you play some Keith Urban? Can you play some Keith Urban? Okay,
Yeah,
I'll see what I can do. Last time I saw you, I was just thinking, last time I saw you at the BCMA event in Under the Bridge.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
That was a great event, wasn't it?
Oh, it was fantastic. I was only there for the Saturday, I believe, and but what an evening! Absolutely, all the artists were sensational. The people there are just so friendly, and the atmosphere was just electric. It really was fantastic. And of course, you played the next day, I believe, didn't you?
Yes.
Which was, sadly, I missed that, but I was, I would love to have seen you, and I heard it went very well.
Yeah, it went really, really well. It was the writers' round, and it was quite nice actually, because I was literally out of the writers' round, and the writers' round was exactly the first thing to start the day, so I could get there 2 hours early and just set up, sound check, and chill out, which is always nice.
I did that with one of the festivals, a country music social media festival, the first one I did in Leicester. I was first on, and I hadn't played because of the situation for about 2 years, so it was a bit even though I've done so many gigs over the years, it was still nerve-wracking to get back up there, and for the first time in 2 years again. So I was nervous, but I was the first one on, so I did my bit, and then I could sit back down and and relax and enjoy everybody else playing.
Yeah, and plus everyone remembers your set. Because they haven't had like 10 drinks as the evening goes on.
That's true.
Oh well. I was reading up your biography and bits and bobs about you, and 30 years in the music industry. As you say, starting from rock, those kinds of grassroots. Where did it all start? Was there a moment in your life where you went, "This is what I want to do. Has to be it"?
Yeah, there was. As I say, I was listening to AC/DC as a young teenager, and they were just, I idolised them, Angus Young and all that, and I got to see them at Bon Scott's last gig actually before he passed away, sadly, at a local venue, the Gaumont in Southampton, and I just watched them play, and I just thought, this is just amazing, and I've just got to do this. I've got to do this. And then I kind of sort of went to see bands, because the local where I lived in Portsmouth, there was always big bands down there like Thin Lizzy and those type of bands, and so I was watching bands like that, and I thought, yeah, that's just something I'd love to do. And from that point, I kind of just picked up my guitar, and that was it. My friends were going out. I was stuck indoors, and I was listening to records and picking out their guitar solos and things like that.
That's amazing. The odd percent, I always call it, of people. And not following the crowd, doing things your way. I love it.
Yeah.
And obviously, across that kind of span of time that you've done music as your life, lessons learnt along the way. You must have lessons that are coming out of your ears. Are there a couple of lessons within the music industry that you've learned that you would kind of, if someone was starting up in the industry, you'd go, do this, don't do that? Just a couple of things. What would be your takeaways from such a long span?
I think just be yourself, really. I think and just believe in what you do. Because even if you don't sound like other people, I mean, that it kind of, if you believe in it, people will like what you do. And you never know, it might be something so original that that inspires people. So I would say, just believe in yourself, get yourself out there playing, and getting to see people, audiences and stuff like that, and just work at it, really. But I don't know about you, Tom, but I find that if you push things too hard, when I was younger, I used to push, trying to get the next thing and stuff like that. But if you just sit back a little bit, but keep working, you find that these, you kind of come along at the same pace as you would without all the sort of worrying about it as such.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
Yeah, the music industry is a funny one because it's kind of like I was talking to someone recently about it and kind of said it's a really bizarre industry because it's probably one of the only ones. It's like being an artist where you can go through art school, like music college or university, and you learn your instrument, you learn your craft, do a couple of gigs, you get your certificate, and then it's like, oh, and yeah, here's a big wide world, and
Yeah.
now you're a self-employed musician. See you later.
Yeah.
And you're like, I have to learn the hard way on everything.
Yeah, yeah. There's one lesson I learned. It was don't stand too close to an active bass player because he swung his bass around one night and gave me concussion. So
Oh my goodness.
yeah, so that was one event. But I think the biggest thing is enjoy what you do, enjoy what you do, and believe in it. And with that, things will come along.
Yeah, that's it. Believe it, and as you say, don't put too much pressure on yourself.
No, definitely.
This next one is a lovely stripped back kind of raw acoustic song. Listened to it a few times earlier. It's Hometown. Do you want to tell us something? I understand it's about kind of going back home and seeing the people you love after being away. So talk us through where the song came about.
Well, yeah, the song came out. I'm very, very fortunate to live just near a farm. And we have fields all the way around us. So I'm really, really grateful for that. I'm very lucky. And really it is about where we live now. And when you're away, playing or whatever, it's always nice to come home to. And I just love the countryside. So it's all about where I live now.
Fantastic. Well, this is Paul Jupe with Hometown. And our guest today, that was one of his own songs, Hometown. And the guest is Paul Jupe. If you've just joined us, welcome once again, Paul.
Hi, everybody.
Hello, and that was Hometown. You heard a little bit about the song before we played it. It's just coming up to 1:45 on Friday the 21st of January. I hope you all, the Chaos Country crew out there, are doing well. And Paul, I always say to people watching the show, this is officially their welcome to the weekend. So it's kind of like when 12 o'clock noon Friday comes along, the weekend starts.
Yeah.
That's not really.
Sounds good
kind
to
of me. So we got one more song for you, and you obviously play guitar and you songwrite.
Yes.
And everything like that. Do you play any other instrument? You obviously play guitar on your tracks. Do you play any other instruments?
Yes, I do, and I use this term loosely. I play banjo. I picked up a banjo about 2 or 3 years ago, and started playing. I wouldn't call myself, a really kind of technical player or anything like that, but I can pick it up and make a tune out of it and add it to my songs because I love the sound of the banjo and still working on it. So that's something I do. And I also play a few sort of keys as well, very basic, but just like you heard in that last song, a few sort of like piano notes and things like that and chord shapes. So I kind of dabble in those two, I think, but it adds to the music. So
it definitely does. My dad, he was 68 years old when he picked up the banjo.
Really?
He's
Wow,
74
that's
now. So never too late to start an instrument, is
Not
it?
at all. Not at all. No, and I love the banjo. It's just such a great instrument. I'm not sure the family's so keen, but
especially not through the learning process. Oh, God. It's like you got it round the wrong way. It sounds really great. I've always found with the banjo, it cuts through the mix really well, and it sits on top.
Yeah. Yeah, it's sort of a kind of a percussive instrument, isn't it? So it's I love it.
Cool. So we got one more song for you. Thanks so much for being on the show. But before we play the song, I want to ask, what exciting things do you have in the pipeline over the next year or so?
Well, as I say, I'm booking up lots of shows. I really want to get out playing as much as possible now things are better. It's hard to get onto some of the festivals because of the backlog and things, but I'm going to try and get out as much as I can. To go out and meet people that are listening to my music and stuff, and just the other thing I enjoy, like we met at BCMA and just meeting other artists at the festivals and watching what they do as well. I love all that part of it. It's fantastic to sit down and see how what other people are doing. So I'm looking forward to that this year. I've also got an album coming out which will feature these songs. It's kind of the backlog of the singles that I've been releasing over a while. There's one unheard song which is being produced as we speak. Once that's in, I'm going to try and get it all arranged and get it released, hopefully for early to mid-February. So that's the.
Fantastic.
So hopefully that'll be the case and it'll be on target.
That'll be amazing. Early to mid-February. Well, you have to let us know here at Chaos. And
I will definitely. Thank you.
We'll drop it out on all the socials and let everyone that we can know.
Thank you very much.
That's all right. No worries at all. This next one's high energy electric guitar. Some cool rhythms in there with the drums and backing vocals. What inspired this next one?
My friends are talking. It's really about a kind of a relationship that's going wrong. One's still holding on to the relationship. The other is kind of figuring that it's over and going off and, basically partying and doing things like that. So, and the other one can't quite understand what's going on or why it's happening. And that's exactly what it's about, which is a bit strange because it's quite a bubbly tune, isn't it?
Yes.
It's quite uplifting. But the subject is I suppose, is a little bit harsher.
Yeah, I quite like that contrast, if I'm honest. Yeah, kind of puts a different slant on it, definitely, when you've got like an upbeat with something that's actually quite quite melancholy, kind of. The subject. But, well, thank you very much, Paul, for coming on once more. Where can everyone find you on the socials? What's your
all the social medias? My Facebook group is Country Rocker Paul Jupe, or Instagram is Paul Jupe Music, Twitter, anywhere like that, YouTube. So please go along and join in the group and everything like that, and listen to the videos or watch the videos on YouTube. Subscribe, it would be fantastic. And I want to say, Tom, thanks for having me on the show. As I say, it's a true privilege to be the first one on the show. It's great to talk to you again, and hopefully we'll catch up in the future. And thanks to everybody that's asked me questions and listening in. I really appreciate it.
No, it's been an absolute pleasure, and I'll see you on the scene as well throughout the year.
I look forward to it.
We'll be on the same stage at some point, no doubt.
Yeah, I hope so. It'd be great.
That'd be awesome. Right, so I'll play out the rest of this interview with the amazing Paul Jupe. Go check him out on all the socials. He is an incredible singer-songwriter and guitarist and multi-instrumentalist. And this one is My Friends Are Talking. Go find it, download it, stream it, and follow him.